dog complaint. I have had a couple of calls, I don't know if anybody else has had one, and Bob is aware of it too, of the dog that's been running loose and leaving his deposit in the neighbor's yard, whatnot. And I guess the one thing that we'll probably have to do is put a notice in the paper. People tend to forget from one year to another.
That's why I gave you a copy of the ordinance. I don't know if we need that whole page, but I thought maybe 555.06 and 5507, maybe 5508, or how much of that would you put in, or I don't think you need to have about livestock or abandoned cats and dogs. So I don't know how much of that you want to publish that, should we, or?
6 and 7 should be sufficient.
I'd think 8 and 9 too, though.
Maybe 8, there's a lot of howling over on that road. Lots of.
The rabies vaccination, pretty much everybody knows you gotta do that.
I think 9.
I think so.
It's better to be protected, I guess, from vicious dogs.
I mean, I don't know of any, but just,
No, I don't
you know.
Or maybe you don't want to publish it all, or do you think we need?
Oh,
Think we should write a letter?
Yeah.
Think we should write a letter? Do we know who the dog owner is?
Yeah.
Or do you think that will help or not?
I don't know. That might be a good way to address
Well,
it.
I'm thinking sometimes you see in the paper, you think, well,
Well, I think in paper,
my
Really?
neighbor's
About
not,
me,
yeah.
True. And most anybody that's ever lived around any kind of a town knows that this happens in every town. And even after that, every town still has the same problem.
but I know the dog that you're talking about is a neighbor of mine, but I'm not the one that's complaining about it, I don't care about it. But the neighbor on the other side is. And so it doesn't bother me any of the dog is.
She called my wife the other day and said that she was in the garage and the dog followed her in the garage and was going to shit right in the middle of the floor.
Uh-oh.
She ran it out. But nonetheless, they never use their own property, you know, they always go somewhere else.
Well,
Well, man, I think maybe in that case, then you better just send a letter to whoever it is, as like Nelda said, and they'll wonder what.
the thing, it's a pup, you know, it hasn't been trained there, I mean, you know how pups are.
Yeah, but they're still responsible for it. It'll never get any better.
Well, they put in one of those buried electric,
Then you need to turn it up.
Well,
they put it in last fall, before they even got the pup, but I don't know whether it's not turned on or what, but.
'Cause I know my son-in-law was having trouble too, so they called the people and the people come and turned it up. I guarantee you the dog's gonna go past it now.
Well, they know about it because their neighbor talked to them about it, so they know it's bothering them, so.
You need to just send a plain letter or one register, or she gotta pick it up, so we know she gets it.
I'm not gonna sign the letter because it's a neighbor of mine, so I'm not gonna get involved. I've read it.
I'll sign her. Don't bother me none.
Nothing like getting in trouble with your neighbors.
Yeah.
Is this across the street north of you?
Well, sheriff,
I'm sorry, I had to say that.
the sheriff indicated too that if there, gets to be a problem, that he, I'm sure would stop and mention that they are violating a city ordinance. If it comes to that, we'll start with a letter, then we'll call the sheriff, and then we'll see if they want to be good neighbors and pet
And
owners.
they're good neighbors, they're good people, I mean, they really are.
Well, sure they are.
Saturday night, you have a couple?
Would they like to borrow a chain and a collar? I have several.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
What most people do is put the chain in the dog's collar, open the door, and let it go outside.
I get kind of amused at that one Milet's got. He clips it on a chain when he walks over to the post office. And then after he picks up his mail, well, then he sits down on the bench and chats with Diane for a while, and that dog is at the absolute end of that chain, just a barking his full head off until Milet walks out the door. As soon as he can see him, he shuts up. Right now.
They're doing that today.
Oh yeah, he can't see him. Boy, he's just raising Cain.
He's a noisy little dog.
Oh yes, he is.
Very protected.
Well, can you just go and say, you know, we got a complaint, this is,
Sure.
do it nice, you know, and say, you know, we don't wanna, you know, make it.
That was kind of the avenue I was going to approach, but then we can still put something in the paper so that everybody's aware. I mean, springtime's coming on, somebody else going to try it.
But, you know, sometimes it's, you attract more flies with sugar than you do with.
Well, I have no problem with publishing that either, because it is it wouldn't hurt to have an annual reminder that you really shouldn't do this. I just publish it local, obviously.
how much of that would you put in? Just
55.06 to 55.08.
Nothing on vicious dogs or
No.
I don't think
rabies?
that's what it meant.
Just those three?
Yes. 5506, 5507, 5508.
Okay. That was the one.
Yep. I'll make a motion to do that.
Yeah, I'll second it. You need one?
Moved and seconded that we put part of our dog ordinance in the paper. Our paper.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?